and do the top left bracket. Whoops. Yeah. Well, Lindsay did correctly. There's like an invisible 1 there, right? So 1 times 3 is just going to be 3. All right, Calvin, you can do the top right bracket, please. And he did the exactly right thing again, right? There's an invisible 1 there, right? So 1 times 4 is going to be just 4. Ah, shoot. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought that was a 9, not a 4.
Oh, it's okay. Weird. Well, there's a little bit of space between this. If your question's different, that's okay. It doesn't really matter. Like that. All right, Megan, can you do the Megan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Megan, can you do the denominator, please? Yeah. If you wrote down 9 or 4, it's okay. Like, you'll just answer me slightly different. All right, Karina. And so, any question on this before I keep going here?
Oh.
Are we okay? Other than the 9s and the 4s being looking different. Other than that. Okay, Karina, can you simplify the numerator for me, please?
2 to 26, right? When I add the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 29.
Yeah, good. 29, good.
Sorry, I had a 6 there.
It's all right. It's okay. It's all good.
X to the 44.
Yeah.
And Y to the 7.
Right. Okay, so for those that weren't here yesterday, what happened there was, again, if you're multiplying something by a power, you're going to multiply the exponents. If the powers are the same, then the multiplying is going to add the exponents, okay? All right, so, Desiree, what do you do next, please?
I didn't do this right now.
That's okay? I'll help you. Yeah. Good, so just the top's going to go by 3. I hope someone has a calculator here because, let me try this. Was that 87? 32? 21? So someone please confirm for me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So what we did there hopefully was 29 times 3, 44 times 3, and 7 times 3. All right, Natalie, what's the final? Oh, sorry, man.
What if I did the power 3 first?
Yeah. Okay, so the question was here, okay, one sec, please. The question here was I did the power of 3 first, okay? Generally, we try and follow bedmaths, right? So when I do it, I'm always going to do the bedmaths way. If you get the same answer, that's fine. But generally, I try and do bedmaths and start with the brackets, simplify the brackets first, and then do the exponents, right? Like, there's always 10 different ways to get from the top to the bottom, but like bedmaths, you always want to try and follow when you can. All right, Natalie, final answer here is going to be what? Yeah.
X to the 69.
Yeah.
X to the 126.
Right. Now this question is relatively difficult. You'll see this on your first quiz, which I think is going to be after the long weekend, and your first assignment will have that on there as well too. If there's questions, here's now's the time to ask. There's also yeah, go ahead.
If this is a question that's going to be on the quiz, then we can't use calculators.
It won't be that big. I'll keep all the numbers sort of under 50. Okay, for that. I just want to make sure for the fractions stuff that you guys don't just go 3/4 plus 1/2 and go, oh great, the calculator says it's whatever it happens equal. Okay, right? So that's just one I want to avoid. The numbers will all be sort of like doable on your fingers and toes if you really need to. All right, for that. Yeah, go ahead, Desiree.
I have the same answer, but I have all my exponent numbers like through the processor.
Yeah, so what you might have done probably is maybe here you multiplied by 3 out here first, or maybe multiplied by 3 here first, and that's okay. That's what I was trying to say. There's many different ways to get from the top to the bottom. When I just do mine, I try and do bedmaths, right? So I'm going to do like what's inside the brackets first, and then work my way out like really from the algebra question, right? But technically, I mean, yeah, you can do it the other way too, and it'll still happen to work. Okay, sort of good. This is sort of okay. Let's go on to the letter B. This one I tried to throw the most negatives I could in the question. Because I got a question before class that said, how do you deal with negatives? So I said, no problem, put as many negatives as I can. 3 to the negative 5, x to the negative 2, y to the 6, all over. 3 to the negative 8, x to the negative 4, y to the 10, all to the negative 3. Oh my goodness. So I intentionally did, sorry, good question.
Negative 10, 1.
Oh, sorry, thank you. I tried to be intentionally mean and throw as many negatives as I possibly could. Emily. Let's start with inside the brackets. How do you simplify the inside the brackets? What are we going to do?
You add the exponents, yeah.
We need, okay, we subtract, right? So it's going to, I'll write this middle step. You don't have to show this with the middle step if you don't want to. But I'll show you where it's coming from. Okay, so what I did there was -5 minus -8. -2 minus, sorry, 3 minus -4. Oops. And -6 minus -10. Okay, Lexi, can you simplify the brackets for me, please? -5 minus -8 is?
2.
Careful, 3. Because it's like 8, it's like 8 minus 5, right? So 3. Okay. X is going to be 4 minus 2, so 2, right? And Y is going to be 6 plus 10, so 16, I think. Can somebody confirm those numbers?
Yes.
I hope we're good. I'll confirm. Okay, great. Liam, can you finish this one off, please?
You just multiply the power.
Go ahead. So it's going to be 3 to the power.
Negative 6.
Okay. Well,
Oh, just.
sorry. Great. X to the power.
6.
Yeah. Y, that's a big number. I'll take that one. Okay. Now these questions, as a math teacher, I'm intentionally mean for exponents. I don't know why. I want you guys to feel good with exponents. Yes?
Why don't you just wrote the question but then you automatically went to the power of -3? Because you got the same answer.
Yeah, you
I
do.
got the same answer.
Yeah, so what you did is first you did this. The problem was, okay, you can do that, okay, and you'll get the same answer and that's fine. But like if you do it here, you can't actually hit everything with a 3, right? Like you should only, like, so that's why I'd advise against it, like, because there's too much, like, it'll still work, it will still work.
Since there was,
Yes.
since you couldn't have added any of the exponents
Yeah.
to, the
Yeah.
numbers together with letters together, like you could in the other questions, that's why I did
Well,
that much straight.
because what do you think though, it will work in this case, but you want to think divide first before you raise the power, right? You sort of simplify the brackets first. It'll still work, you're still correct, I'm not going to say wrong, but I'd advise against it.
Okay, so.
Yes?
What I want for bedmath was,
Okay, yeah, okay, questions here, one sec. So the question for bedmaster, right? So what I'm doing on this, I did the brackets first, like bedmath. So I'm going to simplify this entire bracket. Then I'm going to do the exponent at the end, right?
yeah.
So I'm going to do the entire bracket first and the exponent. That's sort of how it goes. All right, Aiden, how you feeling? Aiden, how you feeling? It doesn't get a little better. Here we go. Our lesson's ended. Pause in the video, and then I'm going to